Hey, what's going on? This is Dallas J. Moore with Social Republic. I'm laying on a table, and I'm at Ames Hackerspace. That's what it's called, right? Did I say that right?
Makerspace.
Makerspace. My fault. I said it wrong.
That's cool. We are at Hackerspace.
And I'm hanging out with some really cool guys that I met today who do something that's just way over my head. So this is Austin, and I'm sorry, I don't think Jeff,
Zach,
and Zach, and we're hanging out and we're talking about music and creative stuff that's way over my head. So kind of give me an idea, break it down, what it is that you guys do.
Okay, well, we started as a band. We all kind of are interested in circuit bending and started incorporating that with our rock music stuff. And then we also make bottle cap contact microphones. They're piezoelectric pickups, and we've kind of found a creative way to repurpose bottle caps as the housing for them, and we've started teaching people to make them. Oh yeah, here, I think I got one.
You have one?
I have one plugged in.
This is it.
And then Zach's got one.
So tell me what I'm looking at here. What is this exactly? I gotta get close up here. What is this thing that I'm looking at? I've seen hundreds of them on the website that I look at. So tell me about this.
It's a microphone, but you can't really speak into it. It picks up vibration.
Here, stand up,
And
Zach.
turns it into an audio signal. So it's basically the same thing as an acoustic guitar pickup, but we like to use them for all sorts of things. You can use them for guitars. Sorry. This is the best spot.
How about this thing?
So what gave you guys the idea to start doing this?
Well,
And
Zach, you want to talk about that one?
Well, initially it was Austin's idea, the Creme Dementia bottle cap contact microphone. We've sort of economized the model and made it sort of accessible for anyone to make in an afternoon. Our original flagship model involves like beer bottle caps or soda bottle caps, metal ones with a logo. And this is a model made of all plastic, and it doesn't have some of the same stages in the dry time as the original model does. So this is something that we can teach to people in one sitting.
Okay.
It's a ready-made sort of project that we can, relay to people.
Yeah, so
convey to
basically
people.
we started traveling the country. We found that there's hacker spaces all across the country popping up, and that they're community workshops where you can come and do your work and you don't have to leave it at your house. So we found that the hacker spaces are really receptive to what we're doing. We can include our musical performance and teach people a skill that they want to learn. We find that way, people remember us.
so for people that don't know what
Yeah.
circuit bending is, can you kind of explain it a little bit, or what it is and what the process
Well,
is like?
circuit bending is a little different. This is a pretty elementary, wiring using a piezoelectric disc that we kind of learned about through reading and other people that were doing these sorts of things. Now, the circuit bending is the process of taking audio circuits apart and messing with the insides, making new connections, or removing parts and replacing them with different parts to change the ways that the toys and circuits make noise. And sometimes there's some really interesting, bizarre sounding stuff that you get out of just sort of mundane seeming things, it sort of makes you pay attention more to just all the little gadgets and gizmos that we have around us that make noise, and how they could be sort of mutated and used musically. And that's pretty fascinating. I was always fascinated with thrift stores, and now I finally know why. It's because you find those weird things that, are like cast-offs from different times and have all sorts of weird sounds in them, and maybe you just never would have found it new because you had never been in that store. And it's cheap, they're dirty, they're probably going in the garbage if you don't buy them, you know.
So, and you guys are headed on all the way across country again. I was looking on the website. You guys have a lot of stops you're going to be making in a very short amount of time. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 days roughly to San Francisco and back for the Makers Faire.
Next Friday we'll be in San Francisco.
Sorry, it's all sinking in now.
It's just
you know?
kind of hitting you.
Yeah, but well, you know, I've made the drive before, but it's interesting to be working our way out, and we have a general plan, but there's some holes in the plan, so to speak. I mean, we'll fill them in as we go along. I have faith, but it's just, you know, it's interesting. We're going places we've never been before, like Omaha. I've never been to Omaha. I've never been to Ames before. This is great. Just being here today.
Right.
And I don't know. There's yet other places in store that I've not
Reno.
been to. Boulder. I don't think I've been to Boulder. Right? We're going to Boulder, aren't we?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, if you like, and this is more of a business question, I guess, but from a standpoint of what you guys are doing with the music and with educating people about how to make these and what it is and what it does, do you have like big goals for or things that you'd like to see happen because of the things that you're doing and the things that you're interested in?
Well, I think there's already a big community, and I think it's cool to usher more people into the community. It seems like once you start, you find like-minded people that are interested in doing just fun things, taking stuff apart and seeing how they work. And maybe it's not always the same thing that you're doing, but I think we all sort of share a same.
It's compulsion.
Yeah.
Mostly,
A
we're
creative
compelled to
urge.
do this. We just do it.
How long have you guys been doing this?
About 2 years almost.
Yeah, I mean this specifically, but I've been making weird stuff all my life. you
Right.
know.
No, together 2 years, almost. Not quite.
Same for him. I've seen some weird stuff come out of this guy in his younger days.
So, like, is there I was looking at the website and the videos, and it seemed like apart from you three, there's a handful of other, I don't know if you want to call them bands or experiments or people that are making really cool music and sounds, and some of it almost seemed like kind of soundscape. Like I was sitting at my desk and I was listening to one, and I can't think of the gentleman's name, but he had two tables like in an L, and I was sitting there. It's like
I know the gentleman's name.
I've never taken like drugs, quote
Tim
unquote.
Kaiser.
Yeah, Tim,
Yeah.
But I was just sitting there, and I could just feel myself in the chair, just going like, "Whoa!" You know, I was just like, I felt myself getting lost in it, and it's so funny because earlier this week I had that moment of I needed a certain creative sound to just be able to lose my train of thought and then find it again, and then like listening to some of the stuff that I was checking out the videos and stuff on the website and then on your guys' Vimeo page. I was just sitting there, I'm like, holy cow! I'm like, you know, I was like 20 minutes went by and it's like, where was I? You know, it was really cool. I mean,
what's great is like it's cool to watch these things online, but it's like, you know, it kind of loses something when you see it on video. And you know, I know there are people that take drugs to this stuff too, and they probably enjoy themselves, but it's almost like you don't need the drugs because there's so many cool things that people are doing to just take in. It's almost like walking into a dream sometimes. If you guys, just to plug a video, go watch the Phobie Ant Fair. That's like a dream. It's close to one of the weirdest ones that I've like shot. Just to walk through the space that it's in, the stuff that people are doing in the space, it's really pretty bizarre, and that's in Cincinnati.
Is there, and I mean, this may not come out right, but is there like a community or like you know, like there's like entrepreneurs and there's techies. Is there like a name for, you know, the type of, I don't want to say field, but like the type of music and the type of soundscapes that it is? I mean, it's like a very niche subculture is what it
Circuit
seems
bending
like.
is the
Sort of a catch-all. I
Reed
guess.
Ghazala sort of coined that term in the 70s, or he coined it. He started doing it in the 70s or 60s, and then he coined it in the 80s or something like that.
He started writing about it, what he was doing. I'm
It's-
sure other people were doing it, but that's sort of the name that got I coined and latched onto, and people started doing it.
His sort of description of the aesthetic is using unintentional or not necessarily like the most educated choices in exploring inside of electronic devices to get sounds that were not necessarily intended by the manufacturer to get it. sort of like what you were saying about thrift stores. The thing that like draws me to circuit bending is that it's not expensive, and creativity in and of itself is not expensive. You know what I mean? So you don't need a fancy computer to circuit bend. All you need is like a few dollars worth of parts and a thrift store find.
Yeah, it's a chance art, you know. It's something that you never know what the results are going to be.
It's a tangible thing too, which I think is probably what I really love about it, because like you can get these object d'art or whatever, you know, like it becomes more than just like the silly circuit that maybe makes baby sounds, but it's the fact that it's, you know, like a red-eyed glowing potato baby, you know, like there's a funness that gets imbued to these circuits just by the controls, but then if you kind of make the interface and the housing weird as well, it becomes something more, you know. And there's tons of people doing fascinating stuff like that. But even if it doesn't look awesome, sometimes the sounds, like, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's people are putting these things together in weird combinations that just sound great, like you were saying, and you can zone out to.
Anything I've missed that you guys want to mention before we end the video of stuff that people, I mean, I'll make sure I plug you guys on Twitter and Facebook in the video so people can learn more and check out really more firsthand, and I'll try to get some live footage here tonight too, but is there anything else that needs to be mentioned that I haven't asked? Or that
I'll
you want?
start.
Please do.
Well, I'll add something. GetLoFi.com is an incredible resource for circuit bending information. We have stuff for sale in their shop, but there are years and years of back articles and up-to-date information that comes in weekly or even more frequently than weekly about cool things that people are doing with electronics in kind of an experimental audio way.
If you only do 3 things today, check out Tim Kaiser, Rothmova, and Mike Una.
All right, and I don't think we've said this yet, but our products are called Creme Dementia products.
Bottle cap contact microphones, to be specific, and the new Economic models, which are the workshops that will be teaching across America, USA, overseas.
Hackerspaces.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this is Dallas J. Moore with Social Republic. We're talking about circuit bending. Oh, you got one more thing?
Jeff has one more thing.
Do it.
One more thing. Bill Blau, let me know if you're listening.
Yeah, down in Louisville, Illinois.
That's right.
So we'll make sure we plug all these guys' websites, Twitter, Facebook, videos. Check it out. Learn some more stuff. Get creative, because this has just blown my mind. I lost the whole afternoon just listening to some of this music and trying to figure it all out. So hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Thanks for watching.